What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Money Paradise, where we don't just dream about our happy place, we create it. I am Cody Garcia. Um, I wanted to just thank everyone out there for the support I've been getting lately for these videos. Just wanted to start off by saying, I'm grateful for you guys, for taking the time to watch these videos. Um, even if you don't leave a comment, you don't have to subscribe or anything. Like if it doesn't resonate with you, that's totally cool. But either way, I'm grateful to be able to do this and make videos like this. So I just want to start off by saying that, thank you guys. So this episode, I wanted to talk about. It's a nice day outside today. It's partly cloudy, so the lighting might kind of shift, throughout this video. So if you start seeing light and dark and shadows and stuff, that's what that is. But anyways, I kind of wanted to talk about something that I don't know. I think I want to use this opportunity to kind of flesh this out, this kind of topic in my head, and I think this video is a good way to do that because, like I said in the last video, I don't go off of a script or anything like that. So I have a general idea of what I want to talk about, and then I just dive into it. So, how to begin? Let's see. The Matrix. Let's start with that term. It's a movie, right? But it's turned into more than just that. People that I've talked to recently, and recently it's like within like the first, within the past 6 to 8 months, yeah, have made reference to our world as the Matrix, the system that we are all a part of as being the Matrix, and kind of referring to it in a very, a derogatory way, obviously, of like the system is wrong, the system is rigged against us, it's a form of control. What else did I hear from someone regarding that? It was similar to like living in a simulation where everything is already mapped out for you. You don't have much choice in how your life, turns out. Someone once told me that. And something I've been learning for myself the past year is that I've been more capable of listening to others' opinions and not judging those opinions, but really processing them and kind of, I don't know, processing them in a way that I can actually understand those arguments, those opinions, before I actually have a response to them, if at all, or a reaction. So that's something that I've been working on. It has allowed me to actually have conversations with people that I probably wouldn't normally have those conversations unless I was more willing to receive those opinions and thoughts. So that's been good for me to be able to hear other people's opinions on things. It's allowed me to expand my mind, my consciousness, kind of made me more aware of the world around me. So I am definitely grateful to be able to do that now, as opposed to kind of how I dealt with things, a while back. So, The Matrix, right? To me, I love that movie. First of all, the series, all three movies. I love the story arc of Neo. Okay, and I think about that movie when people mention it. I think about like the first movie. It was the main character who wanted to understand what the Matrix was. He knew something was wrong with his life. And so he thought there was more to it than just his mundane job and his, his life that he was, kind of, I don't know, just limping through life, basically, just clock in, clock out, go home, do it all over again, that kind of life. He knew there was something more. And so he wanted to find that out for himself. And then he did. And the truth initially was unbelievable to him. He couldn't believe that what was really going on was something far more sinister than he could have ever imagined, right, in that movie. And so when I think of The Matrix, I think about how he was able to process the truth of that reality and what he became as a result. He became the one, right? That in that movie, he was, the prophesized one to bring, a new era back to mankind, basically, of not being ruled by the machines or the system, as it's referred to in these conversations I've had with these people. And so a lot of these conversations, a lot of these people, I should say, they say that we need to get out of the Matrix. We need to leave the Matrix. They say that, but then they don't have an alternative. They don't have an answer to what that place is that we go to when we leave the Matrix, right? Where do we go if we leave the Matrix, if we get out of the system? What's the plan? They don't mention that part. They just say, well, fuck the Matrix, fuck the system, we need to get out of it. Okay, well, where do we go? There's no answer for that. I would like to believe that, going back to the movie, Neo didn't escape the Matrix. He realized what the Matrix was. He realized what the system was. And then when he became the one, he was in the Matrix. He didn't leave it. He existed in the Matrix, and he made it the way he wanted it to be. And of course, at the end of that third movie, he quite literally was working with the Matrix, the system, in order to create peace, harmony, at last. A lasting peace is what basically resulted from that, from those decisions he made, Neo. And so me personally, I kind of resonate with that more than the alternative of leaving the Matrix, getting out of it. I would like to think that each of us has the ability to be like Neo, like the one. As I said in my previous video, I said that I have the ability to heal myself, as do you. I put that in line with what Neo did, in those movies. And yeah, I understand it's a movie. It's fiction. It's, it's basically science fiction. It's not real, right? I mean, officially it's not, we don't know. We don't know yet if we're in a simulation or in a controlled, situation that like the Truman Show or something. Like, that's possible. I'm open to that possibility that maybe we are in a simulation, and maybe it is very similar to like the Truman Show, where there's a cast and crew for every one of us in our own reality tunnel, and we're just going through the program of what they want our storyline to be. But I mean, if you remember the Truman Show, if you've ever seen it, if you go back and watch The Matrix again, it was that ability to get out of the programming. That's I guess that's what people may mean when they say we need to escape the matrix, is escape the programming, escape the system that is set up for each one of us, and as a collective population. Maybe that's how these people perceive that when it comes to escaping the matrix. I just would kind of tend to disagree with that opinion of wanting to leave and escape. It's like I don't want to be part of the system. There's so much wrong with it. I mean, who would willingly want to be a part of that unless you were willingly signing on for what's already been going on in this world? Like the military-industrial complex and the banking, system, and the ones in power, the elites, I guess you can. That would, I guess, that for lack of a better term, the elites, calling the shots on the grand scale. If you're signing up to be a part of that, that's your choice. If you believe in choice, right? But I guess for me, the alternative is if we all have our own reality tunnels and we can dictate what happens in our own realities, then I would rather strive to be Neo in my own reality tunnel. I mean, I don't know. I think that would be the best choice for me than going through the motions of my script, whatever that is. I assumed my script was staying at that job until my retirement age, whatever that is. 65 plus, working the same job, bringing home a paycheck to cover the, expenses, and not really wanting for anything else except a nice long retirement as my reward for all my years of dedicated service. I didn't want that. I saw myself, because I saw myself in that situation of spending the next 30 plus years at that job, and I watched other coworkers in that same kind of path. Like they went through that same path. They worked all the way to retirement, and then they went home, and that was the end of their story. I didn't want that for me. I didn't want that for my family. I wanted to break free of that narrative or script, if you will. And so I don't claim to have all the answers when it comes to this. I'm just doing what I think is best for myself and my family, as should you. But for people that have that mindset of fuck the matrix, we need to get out of this crazy ass system, it's like, okay, you can definitely do that within your own life. You can take action personally to change your reality, to, I guess, escape the matrix, as people have termed it. Or you can work within the matrix, not a matter of escape. Don't resign yourself to going off of the script that you feel has been written for you. Be Neo. Be the one. You are the one. It's as simple as that. So, I don't know. That's something that I'm hashing out in my brain, as time goes on when it comes to that topic of being in the matrix. I think it's something that is interesting to consider, and definitely not something to be resigned to, accepting that you're part of the system and there's nothing you can do about it. I disagree. I really do. I think each one of us individually has the ability to make the world that you want to see happen for each one of us. We have our own viewpoint on the world. Like, I look at this camera now and I'm thinking to myself, I'm behind my own camera, my eyeballs, right? These are my camera lenses. And it's interesting to think that this is my point of view. This is my reality. And you each have yours. So, if nothing else, just see it that way, I think, is the best way to go. You have the ability to change your reality to whatever you want to make it. The world that you want to see, I think that's in your hands, your control. It's a mental game. It's all in your head. You know, I funny story. I don't know, maybe it's not funny. It might be funny. I don't know. My daughter, sometimes she's 4 years old, and so she occasionally has, you know, the occasional bad dream, you know, nightmare or whatever. And sometimes she can't go to sleep. But the interesting thing about those dreams that she has are some of the, I don't know, like the way she describes her dreams is very interesting. You know, hearing a 4-year-old describe the thing that disturbed them enough to wake up, it's interesting. But she's so eloquent in how she describes things. For a 4-year-old, it's awesome to hear how she describes the world around her. You know, that's, I try to hide my smile when she's upset, but she's explaining herself in such a profound way. It makes me smile. But I have to hide that because I'm not trying to convey like I'm laughing at her or making fun of her, because she picks up on that stuff all the time. She's like, "Hey, you're making fun of me." I'm like, "No. I'm just proud. That's all. You know, I'm trying to hide my pride right now." My smile, you know. I'm trying to be concerned, you know, the concerned father. Yes, I understand. This is a problem for you, you know. And so the things that she's afraid of, to me, when a child explains what they're afraid of to an adult, it's obviously like, well, I'm not scared of that. That's nothing, you know. So you can explain that to them like, that's not scary. That doesn't mean anything. That's not bad. But to them, it's the scariest shit in the world. It concerns them. It brings up emotions for them. And so, I don't know where I'm going with this point, but but it just reminds me of being able to make the discernments of our reality versus our dreams, our imagination. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just fleshing it out. Like I said, I prefaced this video by saying I don't really know if what I'm talking about is really fleshed out all the way. So this is really just kind of concept talk, I guess. Concept rant. Maybe that's the term. Conceptual ranting. Anyways, maybe I'll look back on this video and I'll be able to use it for a future continuation of this kind of conversation about the Matrix and the system. But I think for now that's as much as I can kind of offer you in terms of what my experience with that is, being a part of the Matrix, having my own version of our reality, our own individual view on the world. And it's all in your head. I think that's what my point was. What the thing that I explained to her when she has those dreams is, it's all in your head. There is no monster under the bed. There is no demon in the closet. I can check right now. I can open the doors and look under the bed. There's nothing there. And it's not a horror movie where they check it and they're like, see, you're crazy, there's nothing there, and then they leave and then the monster comes out, right? That's something I have to explain, to her in those moments, but it's like, it's all in your head. You make the world. You make your world. You can change your reality. I honestly, another tidbit about myself, when I was going through my healing process, my mental health kind of healing, I guess, is that I had a lot of internal conversations with myself. If you want to call that talking to myself, yes, I guess you could say that. It was in my head I was having these conversations. It felt like I was talking to my brain. That's the best way I can put it. I was talking to my brain and telling my brain that it's all in your head, bro. You gotta take a moment and realize that the things that you're afraid of, the things that you're concerned about, you can change. You can dictate those fears, those anxieties. You give those things weight and value. You can choose to continue to do that, or you can choose to say, I don't value those things anymore. The things that I'm afraid of, I don't give my attention to. I take that away from those fears. They're no longer valid to me. And often you will find when that happens, those fears go away. Those triggers of your anxiety, all of a sudden they go away. That's something that I experienced for myself. So, the system. Maybe we are in that system. Maybe we are. Maybe there are certain things about that argument of wanting to escape the Matrix. Maybe those things are valid. I'm open to that. But I'm also definitely open to being able to dictate my reality, my world around me, the people I surround myself with, the choices I make. I would like to think I have control over that. Whether that's real or not is another conversation, I suppose. But I feel like life for me has been better since that realization. So I'm going to end the video now. And it was awesome to flesh out this thought process with you guys. So I want to leave this video by asking you guys a question. How are you feeling today? Simple question. You can answer it in the comments if you want. If not, no big deal. I just want to know what's going on out there, If you found any part of this video entertaining or valuable to you, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next video. Take care, guys.